Yeah, no, I got the button. I got that. Okay. Frank, we gotta do this video now. What's this? It's the flip side of Popeye. Look at all that. Oh, that's coming. Coming. Christmas is coming too, right? Here's a high roller casino. That's actually going to be like brand new when we're done. The customer traded it in. You know what he said to me? He says, we hardly ever played it. Hey, look. Hardly ever played. We hardly ever played it. Nope, that wasn't the case. But we are here to show you the extraordinary job that Stephen did to the side art of this beautiful game, this Williams game, Top Dog. How about if I do it? I'm sorry. Every time we do this game, I'm going to do that song. Oddly enough, this is our last Top Dog for now, until one gets traded in or we find another. Let's start back here. Interconnect board. This was the first or second. Shuffle-In had this, and then Strike Master. An interconnect board they thought would be a good idea. I think it was a bad idea because all the connectors are ice cold. They moved the fuses down here for the GI circuits instead of leaving them up there. The same board is in all their pinball machines. So they thought it was a good idea. They should have just kept the connectors. But this also handled the flash lamps. See, there's four, because there's eight flash lamps. Each one of these resistors runs 2 flash lamps, so there's 4. And you see, this had the lane change, but see, because pinball has lane change, but this doesn't, it's unused. So this board was like kind of a waste. I don't know. They should have just kept the plugs like all the other games. Frank, where is the glass?
It doesn't matter if you're going to take it out. Come on, show the boards.
I'll tell you what, I'll put it back in. We'll get it. I'll put it back when we're done. Okay. All right. Obviously, you can see we have LEDs here on the front. And in the back, we've done our usual. No, this plug is not used. People are going to say, I see a plug unplugged. New capacitors throughout the power supply. See, we've changed all of these caps in here. So the power supply should run now for another, I don't know, what do you think, Frank? 30 years? 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Logic board has already done, will never have the dreaded leaky battery. Mounted this way, the AA batteries would drip right down the board like this. You have new EPROMs burned for it too. See, they don't use these connectors. This top chunk of the board is not used at all in this game. Not even that relay. So these are the special solenoids in pinball machines, like your slingshots, your 3 pop bumpers. So you'd have 2 slingshots, 3 pop bumpers, and then another coil could be driven by this circuit. And then that relay goes on and off, turning on the flippers. So these connectors are not used, so nothing up there is used. That means you could, if you had an ugly board, or a board with a whole ratty section up here, pinball machine board, you could swap it out with a Shuffle Alley board, and it wouldn't make any difference what status or condition this board is in, because it's not used. This one is super clean. As a matter of fact, all the parts are original, because that's an original Shuffle Alley board. It's never been out of the game. We've also had to take these little green boards out. Originally, they were single sockets. They went to the green boards, which was a great idea, but they all get cold. Real simple to do, and it'll never happen again. So we took each board off and reflowed solder on the connectors of all the boards. It's done. It will never fail again. We took out the pin section here. We scrubbed this outside, okay? So all this has been cleaned, new fluorescent tubes. Look, a brand new, this was all cracked. I had these made up. We had a brand new one of these put in. I had those made up a number of years ago. I'm glad I did, because these games are coming in and these have big chunks missing. The play field here has been cleaned. We haven't silicone sprayed it yet. That's the last step. All the pins are new, obviously, and you can hear that. Well, that's the advertising sound. I was going to say you can hear that when you swing the pin up, you don't hear a clop, like a horse clop, because it would hit the non-rubber up top. If there were no rubber there, it would make a clopping sound, like a horse on a cobblestone street. All these rollovers were redone. If you've watched any of our videos, or actually other game videos, we show how we pull the board and do all the rubbers. New rails. You can get these side rail rubbers from competitive products, from Marco's Specialties, from Mad Amusements. The T-molding is only made at one place, tmolding.com. And we like this because it's black with a chrome stripe. They used to sell black with a gold stripe, which also looks sharp. It's no longer made. Brand new instruction plate made by Pinball Resource. Good old Steve at Pinball Resource put these back into production, and they rolled the underneath here so you can't get your fingers stuck under there, and cut it. Some of the some that were made recently had rough edges, really crappy. Front door was repainted. By the way, all shuffle alleys do have an on-off switch right inside. And a lot of people didn't know this, but it's disabled now, but inside the shuffle, Frank, if you show this lock right here, can you turn the light on? Clunk. There's the light. See this right here? This is a lock, a regular normal lock, and when you turn this, it does this, and it touches the reset. Did you hear that noise? Bring the camera up so they can hear that. Listen. Hear that? That means it's resetting the high scores. So on the back side, there's a key lock. The bar owner at any time could stick a key in, turn it, and he would reset the high score to date back to 200. The game defaults at 200. You can actually change the default. So if somebody says, it's at 300, I can't get any better than that, he can default it. He sticks the key in, twists it, resets it back to 200. But so few people cared about that, they didn't bother. And those keys long disappeared. Nobody uses it. You can also reset it right here. I think everybody knows. The same button here does the same thing. So if I hold that down, it'll also reset the high scores. So anyway, we always give people a brand new puck. So you got a fresh new puck, so the puck slides right down like that. See how nice? And this is without the silicone. So when we get this to our customer, who's way over in Pittsburgh, guys are going this Friday with 3 games. This is the first of 3. A jukebox you're going to see later today, and the Popeye. Frank, what do you think, today or tomorrow? Probably tomorrow.
You'll be lucky if it's ready by next week.
By next week. Frank, you can't do this. You're going to upset him. He's watching this video right now. And he's going to call me on the phone. He's going to call. Did he say next week? 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
It's all it takes to get it together.
By the way, flash. See this? You time it so your lights stop at the 800, 500 with the 2 red lights. If you get a strike, well, I can only get a spare now. I'll get 300 points if I get this last pickup. Now you can get that. You have to roll over these switches just right. Just right. See? I got the bullet sound, I got 300. Did you see the flashlights? That's actually good that you can see it without the glass on it. There you go. Aha! Now, can I, Frank? I did. Not bad, huh? Not bad. Anyway, I need to show him that glass. Here, wait just a moment. Here. Coming back, did you? And Wallace, what are you complaining about? It's beauty. Hey, Frank, let's go around and see what Wallace is doing.
He left.
He left.
Yep.
This is the game that made boatloads of money. The Rampage. It's our last one. We've sold a lot of them. This is our last Rampage. Unbelievably. Wallace, I'm going to get you to touch up this control panel a bit.
I thought the touch-up man was on the other side of the room.
Hey!
You think Steven could do this?
Sure.
This needs a little green here.
Yeah, he can just even that off. That's what he said. Even it.
Oh, the Miss Pac-Man's looking good. This is one of our black editions. We're still working on that. All black. It looks very nice. Very nice and cozy.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Steven is finishing up NBA Jam.
Like, look at this.
Is that the same NBA Jam?
That's what I just asked him.
It started at 5 minutes ago.
Keep watching. Good night. We're done here! Are you still here?